Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro New Podcast, legally distinct Pro New Podcast.
Except no substitute.
As always, Mitch 692, Jarod, the plagiaristic Jedi.
Hey now,
You frozen like a half dab there. I was like, hey now.
how hilarious. But no, yeah, this is our penultimate episode of season 2.
No, we got 2 more.
2 more? Okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't look.
Let me just double.
I was trying to remember how many episodes you said there were this season.
I want to say it's 12. Yeah,
okay.
It's 12. So we're 6. What a midway point, huh?
Midway.
What a midway point.
Wow. A lot going on. There's a lot going on. Holy shit, is there a lot going on?
Surprise, this arc is called Clash of the Titans. I wonder why.
Bitchin'.
It's just, here's the Titans. Boom.
I'm pretty happy. I've really enjoyed this batch. This was, I remember back to the kind of middle chunk of Evangelion. I remember back to most of Cowboy Bebop, where I was like, wow, I'm really, really wanting some like narrative momentum here, because it feels like the plot has come to a screeching halt and we are just kind of doing adventure of the week stuff. And there's not a whole lot of plot happening. And I don't think I've ever had even a brief inkling of feeling that way about Attack on Titan.
It doesn't give you time to have that. It's just bang, 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 bang.
Instances where I was like, okay, we're dragging a little bit. Like, let's keep moving. But I was never like, oh man, I feel like no plot has happened in several episodes, you know? So much plot happened in 3 episodes. My God. This show moves at such a bizarre pace. Like, I can't quite put my finger on it at like just how quick this show is. Because it very delicately takes its time and then will build into moving at just at a blur. It's so much so fast and in kind of a very daring way. Like, I gotta give the show props in the way that they were kind of okay with just doing the reveal about oh no, Reiner and
everyone forgets this one. Don't worry.
I can't remember.
No one can spell it either. No one can spell it either.
Einhart, something like that.
Oh, we're so close.
I know it's something hard. I can't.
No, it's not. It's more bare toes. It's not bare toes, but that's the meme. Because it's Berthold.
Berthold, yeah. Yeah, the reveal of Reiner and Berthold, like, it's like they don't try to cloak it in shadow for very long.
No.
You know, like they don't, at no point is it even hinted at really that like, ooh, there's something going.
Oh, it is.
I'm sure, but there's no like, we're on the precipice and there's like a lingering stare.
Oh, no,
you know?
No.
Like the fact that we get into the reveal off of Reiner being like, Jesus Christ, that's the second time I almost got eaten by a Titan. Holy shit. You know, like that scene is building with such a momentum and moving in such a direction that feels so much more like it's about to be another conversation about the meat grinder and Valor. Pardon my hiccups.
And it kind of is.
And it kind of is, but then it just turns into, hey, Eric, can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm the Armored Titan. He's the Colossal Titan.
Guy.
You know what I love?
From the first episode.
You know what I adore about that?
What?
The way they frame it, right? You have the, hey, can I talk to you for a second? It pulls back. So you then have the two distinct parties on top of the wall. So you have
Right.
Aaron Bertold and Rhino over here, and everyone else is walking away. They play the dialogue so quietly
Yeah.
for Rhino in that conversation.
I'm
And
so glad I had the
if you
subtitles on because I don't know if I would have heard it necessarily. When he said,
that's my point. If you
so on the
so
other side.
easy to miss because all the dialogue from everyone else is a normal level. So it wants you to pay attention to over here because it wants to kind of put you in Mikasa's shoes.
Yeah.
Because she has one of the best faces I've ever fucking seen in anything.
Yeah.
When they're talking about it, she's just like, what the fuck? And she's just not moving. And then you get the polar opposite of Armin's face where his eye is drawn too far over here. Because he's looking this way, his eye's like there. It's like, animation mistake.
But no, it is a really interesting choice, like how they frame it.
Mm.
You know,
It's
and again,
also,
because you said, I'm sure, I'll go back and I'll see hints that were like more spelled out when you go back. You know, like, I also do appreciate with this show though that like I like that the hints that they leave could only make sense retroactively.
oh yeah, 100%, yeah.
Because like, and this is not me
100%
patting myself on the back in any way, but like with stuff that has this kind of intrigue, I'm typically really good at predicting.
Mm.
Like I'm good at watching Knives Out movies. Like I remember when I saw Knives Out back in 2019 opening weekend, I leaned over to Spencer and said, "She said, Ransom, you're back again already." Like those like stupid little details, you know, the like in Glass Onion, whenever Duke is like, you know, on our way back from Andy, and then Miles Braun goes, "Yeah, Anderson Cooper," and I was like, "So you were
that's
there."
weird.
Yeah, like stuff like that, you know, that I'm good at those types of details, you know, and maybe it's just because Usual Suspects is one of my favorite movies as a teenager and shit like that. But like, so I latch onto it. So on one hand, I wish Attack on Titan played a little bit more fair so that I had a chance.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
There's how we do Pro and Noob, the final. We'll watch the show and then we'll have the big conversation at the end.
Right.
We're going to be talking about a lot of the foreshadowing at the end.
I look forward to it. I love foreshadowing.
I'm going to tell you one bit right now.
Yeah.
Because everything's been kind of shown. The second ending for season 1 tells you everything. That's just happened.
Well, that's not fair because I skipped the ending so we can save time.
But this is the thing. It is fair. That's your choice to skip it. The ending tells you 12 times what's going on. But you won't know it until you look back at it.
I'm pulling it up right now.
You can put it up if you want.
And you can throw this on screen and post without audio on it.
The power of editing. Dream sequence. You'll know exactly which bit it is because you'll notice something as well. And you want the ending, not the end. No, you want season 1.
That's the one with like the it almost looks like an acorn bouncing down the cobblestone.
I think so. If you go any episode number after 12 in season 1, you should find it.
I'm just going to screen share real quick. What am I looking for?
Right. You're currently looking at 2 characters standing in front of a literal wall.
Right.
Carry on playing it.
Okay.
There's Armin and Sasha.
Oh my God.
Notice something what they just did? They go the opposite side of the wall.
Yo!
Welcome to Attack on Titan, baby.
Hey now.
What's Ymir and Krista? What's going on there?
What's Historia doing here?
Well done for remembering the name. What is Historia doing now, I wonder?
Oh no. Oh no.
And that's it. That's literally, you can...
Dude, I fucking love shit like that so much. I love shit like that. Oh.
Yeah, the whole final episode is going to be dedicated to stuff like that, Jarod. Don't you worry. Because there's a lot to talk about. Slight.
In my veins. In my motherfucking veins. In my motherfucking veins.
We are also a long way from that, so...
I know. Oh, that's clever. That's really clever. But like I said, I guess what I'm saying is like there's a lot of like really clever foreshadowing clues, but not like if you pay attention to behaviors and actions and dialogue, kind of like whodunit clues. I also think that, which is the case with Pro and Noob in a general sense, I find myself so distracted by like the veneer of an art form I am not intimately familiar with that there are things I miss. There are things that I'm a little slow on the uptake for. So I will grant myself that patience. All to say, I am kind of glad that there's not a whole lot of Ransom, you're back again so early type clues mixed with like the distraction element.
Well, there's a couple of those because you have obviously Annie, Bertold, and Reiner are always together before Annie gets outed. They're always together.
Right.
And Armin goes over it when they had the flashback and they're talking about who these two actually are because they're from the same town as Annie, quote town. When you actually see Annie do the pop and it plays that in real time when she's the female Titan, Reiner is steaming. And it's a distinctly different steam to the normal like Titan blood in the face steam. Also, he's got the same fucking hair.
Yeah,
some people pick up on that.
There's a part of me that like does not want to give the hair that much.
No, I know.
Because he goes from like a normal blonde to like a platinum blonde verging on white hair as the Armored Titan. And Annie's hair completely changes.
Yeah,
she goes
from
having... It still
looks like Annie. That's the thing with hers.
It vaguely looks like Annie when you know it's Annie, but when you don't know it's Annie, that is a Titan with a blonde fuck-ass bob. And Annie has a nice little like... No, she doesn't. Annie has like long hair down to her shoulders, and the female Titan has like short hair.
Oh, she has a ponytail, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not putting too much stock in the hair color.
No, it's sure. I'm just saying, like the hair
Aaron,
sometimes gives it away to people.
Aaron is the only abnormal Titan whose hair looks like moderately similar to his human hair.
I mean, Ymir.
Oh yeah, I'll give you.
To be fair, Ymir and Reiner. Reiner's is the same little.
But it's so nondescript that like it would be weird if he had more like striking hair as a Titan.
Oh sure.
You know, but no, I really like the reveal. I really like how it's framed. I love Mikasa immediately going weapons free. I love Mikasa immediately going weapons free, where she was like, okay, they're like, okay, we know, they know, we know, they know, we know, they know. Okay, there's your hand, there's your neck, there's your gut. They're like she just goes for immediate incapacitating kill shots, and I love just that immediate like, okay, time to rock and roll. Like she immediately how do you say the other guy's name again? Not Reiner.
Bertold.
Like
she goes to the neck.
She like gives him kind of like a cut that would incapacitate him and then slits his throat. Like that instantaneous lethality. Holy shit, that was cool.
It's not smart though. It's not smart though. Because she knows Titans trigger on like pain.
But there's also the element of like we don't know, like Like, what's the limit to that, though?
Sure, but
Like, what's the
everything
limit?
she's seen so far, it's a bit of that's me,
You know,
Casa. He's a bit of a hothead.
yeah, but I don't know. I don't blame her for thinking, oh, maybe if I can like kill them quickly,
Oh, I'm
they
not
won't.
faulting her. I'm just saying, in hindsight, it's not
No,
exactly the smartest thing to do,
I wouldn't be
especially when you
surprised if
fuck
she
it
slit
up.
his throat. I don't be surprised if she slit his throat in an attempt to decapitate him in his human
Mm.
form, because that feels like the most logical thing to do. Like, well, just there are very few quicker deaths than getting your head locked.
Mm.
So
Getting your neck popped pretty quick.
yeah, but again, you might hurt enough to trigger the transformation, and then.
True.
But anyway, you were about to say something.
I kind of was going to say no.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, they do one of my favorite things. As they're it's literally just a split second. It's one frame. If you pause it right when they're transforming and it has the close-ups on the pair of them, it flashes the Titans in like the flames and the lightning.
Oh, that's
Just the
cool.
faces. It's like, stunning. It's gorgeous.
Well, I like Ymir's transformation where she is like mid-air and you see like the lightning
Just every little
crackle and you see and it almost looked like a double helix like form behind her that looked like which again there's some weird genetic bullshit happening, but that like there's like this like quick like double helix shape, and then like we watch like the bone and the sinew and the face and the eyes and the skin like all kind of metastasize.
I say
and come
she's
alive
probably
in
the
real
first
time.
transformation we've actually seen that focuses on that, like how it actually forms. Probably because she's small enough.
Right. We're gonna be here too long if we're doing like Aaron or the Armored Titan.
Yeah. Or the Colossal, got that.
Or the Colossal. We got but yeah, no. Man, Ymir drew that short straw. That's so fucked up of them.
Because she's tiny.
They let my girl be like a abnormal size, like a normal abnormal size.
But she's got to be nimble, isn't she?
I guess.
She's got that going for her. She's short, she's nimble, she's got the teeth.
Pardon me.
She does the flippy thing on the tower when Historia shouts at her.
That was cool.
I love that moment. Great
that
moment.
was cool. The brick barrage was cool as hell. But stop
being a selfish bitch and bring this tower down. Oh, great line.
Oh, that shit was awesome.
Great line. Well, so RIP everyone in the scouts that died there.
Oh yeah. That exchange, stop being a selfish bitch and pull this tower down. Very ionized bastards coded.
Or is ionized bastards Attack on Titan coded?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that there is very little shared between the two, and say that specific exchange just felt very bastards to me.
Well, on the conversation of theft, you are 10 years too late.
Okay, well,
no, 9. Sorry, I take it back. I apologize. 9 years.
You're going to be such a prick about this for the rest of my life, aren't you?
No, I'm not. And that hurts, Jared. That hurts.
But yeah, no, the flashback episode or the episode that was mostly a flashback, it was all right.
It's just a nice character building for Ymir and Krista because you've had nothing on either of them.
It was fine. It was fine. I found myself a little like, how do I put it? It was one of those like, okay, I see where this is going. I appreciate it. Cool, whatever. God damn. Aaron is so exhausting.
Leave the little goober alone.
No, stop calling him a little goober.
He is a
Stop
little
calling
goober.
the Hitler Youth a goober.
He's a goober.
He is a goober, but he's not a little goober. A little goober is
he's 15, Jerry. He's 15. And he's short. He's short, he's skinny. He's a funny little goober.
He's not a funny... I'm a funny little goober.
Oh, you're little now, are you?
Spiritually, I'm a little goober.
Corporeally, a little goober.
Corporeally, I'm a big goober. But fucking no, they were like, oh god, they're not here. And then it's just it's the immediate posturing from Aaron that I'm just like, oh god damn you, we're gonna let them die out there. Like again, it's the fucking constant fucking like did you know you're currently disrespecting a future member of the United States Marines? It's everything with him is just oozing that junior ROTC little bootlicker shit. And I
That's what
can't
he is.
fucking stand it.
He's a funny little goober.
Oh my god. You were sanitizing him. You were sanitizing him.
No, I'm not.
When this
I
man
am
does a
mocking
military coup, and kills thousands, if not millions, you're gonna be like, "Oh, look at that little goober who did
He's a
like
little
the
goober.
Attack on Titan version of the fucking Night of Long Knives."
He's just a little goober. Just a funny little goober. Got his first ODM kill. Let him have it.
Oh god, that shit had me. I know that shit had me cackling. He's like, oh, because like he turned into like the anime protagonist he thinks he is again.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
He's like, oh yes, my first ODM kill, and I was like, and then immediately trips over the cord, and I was like, God, I wish you broke your neck doing that. God, I wish we could have a
wouldn't have
protagonist.
mattered.
God, I wish we had a different protagonist. God, I wish this show was about Levi. Like,
you don't wish this show was about Levi. I tell you right now.
But no, all joking aside, I will say with Aaron, what I really enjoy about him
is that he's a funny little goober.
Is that can you fucking stop for Christ's sake?
I could, yeah, but the reaction is just too good.
What I love so much about Aaron is as militant and as steadfast as he is 2 for 2 on being like insanely coping over finding out there was a wolf in the hen's house. Like, and I find that really interesting for him as a character. That he is so like, because again, you'd think that this character who is so, the cause, expand humanity, blah, 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 blah. There's like just a little bit of my tissue box poking into the camera, and I noticed it, and it was pissing me off.
Funny little gooner.
Okay, Mitch was having a fucking allergy attack in the middle of the episode last week, and I thought it would be a good idea to keep it in here. You sick fuck. You think I'm gooning directly in front of two cameras and like 3 sets of microphones?
I mean, I'm not gonna yuck your yum.
I can't fucking stand you. I can't fucking stand. There's a wholesome like little red truck hauling a Christmas tree, tissue box. I'm just over here, just a little guy with fucking allergies. And
I mean, who says that truck ain't dug in? No.
What the fuck? What?
I'm not. I'll tell you after this show. I'm not going to explain it now.
Anyway,
from the UK, you'll know why.
Anyway, what I love so much is that despite the fact that he is so militant and about the cause and the mission, his fanaticism, at least for now, also does extend into his friendships. Which, again, is kind of like in contest with earlier actions and earlier behaviors from him, which I think is really interesting because early on we have so many instances of him doing the whole I am so or we have to do the thing and you're weak and get out of the way and blah, 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 like being all that big bravado. Like it seems like it would be counter to his like almost fanatical like faith in his friends and like desire to protect his friends. And I like that. I like seeing that bluff get called, especially when the stakes couldn't be higher. And he is like actively denying reality, or at the very least denying that there is evidence that needs to be investigated.
Yeah.
Because while everybody else in the room is going, oh no, this might be the case. Like with Annie and now with Reiner and Deadbolt. What is it?
Bertold.
That like they never really say, we know for a fact that they're a Titan and we need to kill them right now. They go, oh, some shit is adding up in this direction and we got to look into it. At the very least, Hanji's like, we got to get him underground so we can test it.
Yeah.
And safely make an accusation and go from there. And Eren is just, full tilt boogie. Absolutely not, under no circumstances. How dare you say that? And I just find that really interesting that he is acting not like the militant I think he wants to consider himself.
He's too caught up in the us and them. So all of us, there's no way they can be part of them side of things. Also, I think the fact that there's human Titans shakes him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it obviously just shatters that it's us against them worldview. But.
Absolutely. And I mean, like, and it's the blinding element of us versus them dynamic. He almost has a childlike us versus them. And there's a part of me that's really afraid for what this kid's going to get up to in the future, because that childlike us versus them can very easily turn into the adult version of us like them. Because the child version is, once you're one of us, you're one of us.
Yeah.
And it's almost an immutable fact that you're one of us. And if you're one of them, you're one of them, and it's an immutable fact that you're one of them. I can see the guy who, again, I am convinced is just going to become Adolf Hitler in this universe. Maybe closer to Mussolini. But still, like, I see so much of a, people's, if anybody's just listening to this, big air quotes on people's, but revolution, bring down the ruling class, corruption, great betrayal. Like, I just see so much of that in him that I see a very easy ability to go, you've broken rank, you've never been. And it'd almost be the reverse of like, we have evidence they have been a Titan the whole time. No, impossible. Of course not. He's like everybody's big brother. This could be true. And I could see this very, very slowly, or slow in the beginning, but picking up speed as it goes, turning into you question the acts of this regime, of this group, then clearly you were never loyal to it in the first place. That is where I see this going, as a descent for him, and I'm compelled by it, even though I like to shit on Eren for the lulz.
Everyone likes to shit on Eren. Poor guy. He's done absolutely nothing wrong.
I am so ready for him to become a heinous war criminal monster, and it's going to be some of the most heinous shit I've ever seen in my life.
I wish you had no preconceived notion of what this show is.
Again, it's not even the preconceived notion of it all. Like I said before, like I don't think it would have taken me long if I had if I knew like just as little as I did about Dan to Dan going in.
It still pushes you in the confirmation direction. Not that I'm saying this show goes one way or another, because I could say yes and I don't think it would change much. But
for me, it is the language being used. It's the aesthetics. It's like
I completely get where you're coming from.
There's a lot of vibes here that I already, even if I didn't go in going, I've heard Attack on Titan's a little fashy. I think I would have gotten to the point by now of going something like historically horrible is on the precipice of happening, and it's going to be ugly. And again, it's a cult of personality thing. Like there's all of these factors. It is the military class becoming more and more disillusioned with the ruling class. It is the fact that we have two characters who are military leaders who are a cult of personality. It is the specific language that is constantly being used by not only the protagonist, but all of the people who support the protagonist, talking about, how humanity is like talking about there being, betters and lessers within humanity and outside of humanity, about talking about this manifest destiny. Like there are things that make my ears perk up, that make me go, this is a story about a descent into some type of authoritarianism, and a metaphor that is baked into it, a metaphor that is already coming to light very beautifully in the idea that, whenever you are faced with a gigantic, inhuman, horrifying existential threat, it does not, who is almost like a macabre, disgusting, uncanny facsimile of humanity, that it does not take long to eventually realize there are humans involved in that other side, that it has been completely othered. Like I don't like I the only thing, quite frankly, the thing that I'm confused about is the fact that I have heard that the creator has like fascistic politics and has like fascistic leanings, or it is like some type of right winger. That is the part that does not make any sense to me so far, because I feel like I am being told a story so far about how this is going to end in a bad place. Like I'm getting vibes that this is going to end in a bad place, and I'm not getting vibes of things are good. This is heroic. Again, I could be wrong. We'll see where it goes. If anything, I'm having a harder time wrapping my head around those accusations of the author than I am having my preconceived notions confirmed for me. If anything, it's running counter to it.
That's fair. But you had a point before that about Eren and the breaking rank and file. And so, if you do that, you're no longer one of us. You're one of them, which I thought was interesting, because kind of what Reiner does.
Mm-hmm.
As he says, our mission was humanity's extinction, but you haven't got to do that. Just come with us. It's like interesting little nugget.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting, and again, it continues to, in my opinion, make me feel like there's something playing both sides here. And I don't mean infiltrators. I don't mean infiltrators who are like masquerading as one thing. I mean one person close to the top who has a vested interest in both sides of this conflict. Like, not to Star Wars it up, I feel like there is something Palpatine adjacent at play here.
Yeah. Maybe that's the Beast Titan. Who knows?
I feel like there is like somebody who's got like a couple fingers in the Republic pot and a couple fingers in the Separatist pot, and eventually we're going to combine them into an Imperial pot. Like, and that person's going to make themselves an amazing scapegoat for a military coup. It's just
so funny. I can't wait for certain points of this show, Jarod. I can't wait, because my TikTok has discovered that we're talking about Attack on Titan.
Oh,
so it's gone from Expedition 33 reactions to certain bits to now Attack on Titan first watching the reactions to certain bits. I'm like, okay. It's like, that's a thing people react to at that point. Yeah.
I think it's really funny that my TikTok has never figured out what I do beyond my own show.
That's interesting.
TikTok never turned into like Evangelion Fest for me. Instagram did. Instagram has never recovered. Instagram never recovered for me getting into Attack on Titan or getting into Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah.
Like I only ever see memes for Dan to Dan in the Dan to Dan meme chat. You know, I don't ever see anything about fucking Cowboy Bebop. You know, I don't like I haven't really seen anything for Attack on Titan. I think I did see an Attack on Titan meme, recognized it and scrolled, recognized the art style and scrolled because I didn't recognize the scene immediately and went, oh, can't look at that.
That's good. That's good.
You know, like it's shit.
Have you got
like
anything
that.
Chainsaw Man?
No.
Thank God for that.
I get more Jujutsu Kaisen. And that's mostly for the fucking memes. Because every so often I have to go find the meme where they redub the one scene where the two guys are beating up the one guy. Where they're like, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up.
Oh, yeah.
Fight back. Fight back. Wombo combo. Which is like 90% of why I want to watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
We'll get to it.
Because it looks like when people get hit in that show, that you feel that shit.
We'll get to it. I need to I think it started now.
3?
The first core of season 3. I think it started this week.
It did, because I saw headlines about it crashing Crunchyroll.
Oh, that's virtually every season something crashes Crunchyroll.
I know, and I was just saying, I just remember specifically seeing that it crashed it.
It's always funny when that happens.
But yeah, I think that's all I got. Really like these episodes. I'm really excited for the next batch.
Oh, I think you should be.
God, I hope we get to that fucking basement soon.
I mean,
I don't like the way you laughed there.
I mean, I was more thinking, depending, you can get to that basement as quick as you want, Jarod. That's going to be up to you.
Oh man, we're not getting to that basement until the end of the fucking show.
Oh, no, don't worry about that.
No. Okay, the way you said it, I was like, oh no, wait a minute.
It all depends on how quick you want to go. It's how quick we'll get to that basement.
Oh, I guess that's the case then. But yeah, if that's all,
like the scouts, you have some things in your way.
Indeed.
I will say, speaking of scouts, when they show up at the now crumbled tower, I thought they missed the trick not making the A and V a bit harder. But half the reason why I watch this show. It's like, come on, I know you're doing it to goof on Aaron, and I appreciate that because it's funny as fuck. So what do you mean you've been a season and a half and he hasn't killed a single Titan in the ODM gear yet? God damn. But I think in all intents and purposes, this shit has been going on for like, what? A month, maybe? In timeline?
Yeah.
I don't actually know the AOT timeline. I might look that up. But if that's all, I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Is there anything else? Oh, was Armin's thinking this episode enough for you? Or was it getting into magical thinking? Because it's a bit of an assumption. I say a bit of an assumption. It's obviously he's only theorizing it. It's he must have cast something. That's why she's staring at her hand.
Well, okay. Pause for 1 minute. Does Armin start doing like Grand Admiral Thrawn style magical thinking? I'm gonna say no. I think this is the closest we've gotten, right? Because like the trick. Mild spoilers for Stranger Things, because I'm going to use an analogy that traffics in how we know how the Upside Down works now. The thing with the hyper observant Batman, Thrawn, Holmesian, whatever, is that if you're in the Upside Down from Stranger Things, right? Like you were on the ground in the Upside Down. The higher up you go into the sky, with the like power of observation, deductive reasoning stuff, the cooler and more fun it is. Until you hit that gateway into the abyss. And that is where you enter magical thinking, what the fuck is going on? You know, where it's like, where it's like, oh, I like, you know, I saw Joe eating Mexican food, and when we got to the crime scene, it smelled like farts, and the Mexican food made him gassy, and he farted, and Joe's the killer. Like that, like once we get into the abyss all the way up, and we go into the new dimension, that is where we lose it. I would say Armin here is kind of in the upper stratosphere. Because the reveal isn't, and he wrote something on her hand with his blade. It is, and she stopped to look at her hand, which now that I think about it is kind of crazy, because he might have written something there. And I honestly think so much of what saves it from the magical thinking, I fucking hate this, again, and I'm not being hyperbolic. I believe it is Dark Force Rising in the original Thrawn trilogy, where Talon Card and Mara Jade and some other fucking jobber on the wild card are like, okay, so the Chimera is right above the planet we're on, and we're about to leave, so we're gonna turn off all our settings and transmit a fake signal on the other side of the planet. So that Merkur is the name of the planet. So we're gonna broadcast the signal from this side of Merkur, and we're gonna like shut off all of these things, and Thrawn won't be able to detect us. And when they go, okay, they must have left, the Chimera will leave, and we will leave in the opposite direction. And then you flip the fucking page, and then Thrawn is looking at Gilead Pelion, going, so here's what's going to happen. They're going to broadcast a signal from the other side of Merkur, and they're going to shut off all of their sensor arrays so that we can't detect them. And then Pelion goes, Grand Admiral, how did you think about that? And then Thrawn goes, I'm blue. And then it happens. And like I keep coming back to that specific example because that was the moment I stopped liking Legends Thrawn.
Yeah.
Legitimately, that was the moment where I went from, oh, Thrawn is fun to what the fuck is going on. And
what the fuck is going Thrawn?
What the fuck is going Thrawn? That will be the name of the Ahsoka season 2 live stream show for me.
That should be your road to episode 10.
What the fuck is going Thrawn?
Yeah.
Actually,
guarantee you no one's going to have that name.
No, but you know who should? Star Wars Explained, because Alex and Molly do have like a silly little name for their live streams covering the Star Wars shows, and I just occasionally do a call-in show after episodes air. So, Alex and Molly, what the fuck is going Thrawn? That's on the house. But
I like how Jared's giving away my ideas.
Okay.
Hey Mitch, doesn't even apologize. God
hey
damn.
Mitch, sorry, pay Mitch. But anyway, I don't think Armin gets there, and so much of it is because he's not confident about it. It's because it's because Hanji and Armin are kind of going like band for band on, well, here's this circumstantial evidence, and here's this evidence, and here's this evidence, and here's this idea, and here what? Well, this doesn't quite add up, and they're from the same place, and they're always kind of around each other, but they're always kind of short with each other, and they're like kind of going, there might be a connection, and then Armin goes, I told him where you were. He was curious about where I was. He had this inexplicable, insane escape from Annie. And after he got away, she stops and just stares at her hand.
And then just happens to run in the right direction.
And then it happens to run away in the right direction. At no point does Armin go, like okay, Ace Attorney style, like, that doesn't happen. And I think that is what keeps it from crossing into the abyss into magical thinking.
Fair.
Does that make sense? Is that fair?
No, that's totally fair. Makes total sense to me. That's fair. I'm just happy to hear
like I said, I think magical thinking is if all of this happens and everybody is like ironclad confident about it. That is magical thinking. That is the magical thinking thing to me. To me, that is magical thinking.
Yeah, I'm with you. I get you.
And don't get me wrong, sometimes magical thinking is fun and funny. Like, I do low key hope, just because of the tone of this show, that there is an instance where Armin does some straight magical thinking that makes no goddamn sense and is right, because I think that would be good for my spirit at this point with the show.
Lift your spirits a little bit. That's fair. I mean, who knows? Maybe. And that's not what's going to happen. Maybe that's I actually
No,
genuinely can't remember if that does happen. So
I think I've also, like, not to say that like I've like broken any new ground for you, but I also feel like I have introduced this specific framing of the magical thinking issue.
I've heard it before. I've just never thought about it so much.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
And
like, but like I think me bringing up like, oh, I hope Armin doesn't veer into magical thinking land has like now made that kind of a thing we're monitoring throughout the show.
I say
to see
I
if-
have a conscious attachment to it now. Of like, is this too much for Jarod? Is that too much? Mm-hmm. I have one request.
What?
Because you brought up Stranger Things. Don't watch anything about Stranger Things on like TikTok.
Okay.
Especially if it's talking about the final episode. Don't watch anything. Just scroll past it. Avoid your socials of all Stranger Things. Which you should anyway, in fairness. But
I mean, I like the finale, but why?
I don't want to say. I mean, it's vague enough, I guess. People are comparing the ending of Stranger Things to the end of Attack on Titan.
Oh, interesting. I've not seen that. I've not seen anything to do with that specifically. Again, I don't think TikTok knows I like anime. I think TikTok knows I like memes about Dragon Ball Z.
TikTok knows I like Chainsaw Man. God damn, Jesus.
I think TikTok knows that I enjoy memes about Piccolo and Vegeta. Not that one.
What one?
The Daily Dose. Not that. But I don't see that this is the fandom menace how we got here, part 2. But I think it just knows that I enjoy Piccolo and Vegeta as characters. I think that is as far as TikTok knows my anime appreciation goes. So that has not even been broached. Can I be vulnerable about something with the Stranger Things finale real quick before we wrap up? I quite liked it. I really liked where it ended. I was not expecting this. I broke down uncontrollably fucking crying during like the rooftop radio station scene.
That was probably the best part of that ending.
And here's the thing. I think, because I saw Stranger Things season 1 when it came out, and I've spent since like late summer through the fall rewatching, or not like catching up, so that I could finish the show. And well, because I wanted to be there for the end. And I've been meaning to catch up for years. But I think over like the 5 seasons Taylor and I watched, I think I got like misty-eyed and choked up like maybe a couple times. But never a full cry. I don't think I've ever had a full cry watching Stranger Things. There's a couple like, ooh, that got me, like one thug tear kind of moment, but I've never like cried, right?
Yeah.
I got to that scene on the rooftop and fully broke down sobbing. Like loud, ugly crying in the living room. And Taylor was like, honey, what's wrong? And I just let out this pathetic little, I miss my friends. And like, fucking, like, we had to pause it. And I had to like do a lap around the house and could get myself under control and like have a drink to come the fuck down. And Taylor was all weepy over Hopper and Joyce getting engaged, which was a wonderful. It was a like great little place to end their relationship, specifically on like the promise of a new day. Like that was really nice. But I just like that I didn't even like the scene that much with the rooftop thing. Like I thought the dialogue was a little fucking clunky, and I was like,
There's Stranger Things for you, isn't it? Really?
Okay, not the point, but like it was like a particularly kind of like, okay. And then there was just that like, oh, but like it's where my friends are, and I was like, and then like, and then Jonathan Byers is like, what does he say? Well, I mean, he picks the most not central location as the central location for all of them.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, Jonathan's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know how to read a map. And I'm like, just fucking losing my shit. Fully losing my shit. I'm like, he doesn't know how to read a map. I'm sure he's a really good filmmaker, but he doesn't know where places are. He thinks it's like Nashville or Memphis or some shit. I don't even remember where he said, but he just picks like a random. No. And like even Philly would make more sense of where he picks. Because Robin and Nancy are in Massachusetts. They're in Boston. Jonathan is at NYU. And fucking Steve is still in Indiana, in Hawkins. And he basically goes, okay, so it's like basically like boom, boom, boomish. And then he goes, so we're going to go down here. What? Anyway.
Have you heard anything about how inaccurate the D&D is in this season? Or their D&D references?
Taylor and I had a couple arguments about it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because Taylor got virulently angry about the fact that they keep insisting on calling Will a sorcerer, even though that like mechanically
he's too early.
Well, not even like I will forgive the sorcerer class didn't exist yet. I know that, whatever.
It's like 13 years difference. God damn.
Well, here's the other thing. Well, here's the thing with that though. They never make it clear if they mean sorcerer in a colloquial magic user, or they mean he is a the sorcerer class. There's also a chance that Mike homebrewed something like sorcerer, because most of his campaign stuff is kind of nonsensical and very much homebrewed and reads like kids who haven't actually read the player's manual. So maybe it's just a reskin of the wizard class. I have never gotten hung up on these sorcerers don't exist in D&D yet thing. Taylor's issue was mechanically. Will is more like a warlock than he is a sorcerer.
Yeah.
That Will's patron basically is Vecna. And all of that.
It's just funny.
Like that is what it is. That has been our main point of contention. She and I also are constantly going back and forth about what classes everybody is. And I kept saying that I thought Hopper was a paladin, specifically an Oathbreaker paladin. And she was like, "No, he's a barbarian." I'm like, "Well, he's probably." I was like, Hopper honestly is best as a multi-class of like barbarian and pally, but I was like, "Ha ha ha!" during Will's Mike's little epilogue thing explaining what he thinks happened with Elle, where he specifically says, and then the other mage convinced the paladin, the paladin convinced the mage. And I was like, I was right, paladin, yeah! But anyway, I like Stranger Things Season 5. I thought it was nifty, but...
That flashback, that thing where he's explaining what he thinks happens to Elle, I take a bit of umbrage with how they shot that scene.
Right.
Because it's not shot like it's not true. You know how you get like flashbacks and dream sequences? There's always a look to them. When she's looking at that village and there's the 2 waterfalls, not the 3, it's shot like, no, this is happening. I guess it's kind of intentional, but to me, it doesn't leave it up to interpretation. This is happening. This is what's happened. He's correct. This is what's happening. And I think it goes against their whole, it's open-ended, even though we've told Millie Bobby Brown not to tell anyone what her fate is. I'm sure she's alive.
I mean,
no, you come out here, you say that, you
not
confirm
to fully take this conversation off the rails into Stranger Things for the last 10 minutes, but like I think we're also approaching like an Inception conversation where it's like I always hated like the debate about like like the point is we don't know for sure.
No, I know, but that's my point. Is they don't frame it in a way that is meant to be.
But also Inception. But the reason I bring up Inception is you can clearly see this: the top is getting ready to fall over. You can clearly tell the top is getting ready to fall. So like it's one of those situations where it's like it hints towards a thing, but you can't prove it. Right. And I like that. Yeah. I like that. I also like that it is Mike. I like that it is the faultiness of memory, though. Like it is Mike. Like this is how I remember it. Like in my mind, when I play this back in my mind like a movie, this is how
this thing had to happen because of X, Y, Z.
You know, I also think that if it were too abstract, there's too much riding on that moment to leave like loose ends. I think having it be either Elle gave her life to close the gate and take all of the powered people off the board once and for all, or Kali helped her stage it and she got to run away. And maybe she'll be back and maybe she won't. We don't know. Like, because that is very open-ended to me. Because you don't know what Elle does with the rest of her life if she made it out. You know? We don't know if she comes back to Hawkins. We don't know if she tries to reunite with Mike. We don't know. We don't know so much of what is actually going to happen there at the end of all things. That itself is incredibly open-ended. Like,
sure, it's just the way they shot it to me didn't give the impression that that's what they're wanting it to be. To me, the way it's shot is, hey, this is the actual. We're telling it this way. He's right.
But I think because it doesn't end on Elle, is our indicator that it could just be Mike thinking about it.
Sure.
If Elle looking at the two waterfalls, and I do think there is a third, and she's standing above it, just based on the geography, that it's kind of like this open chasm.
Yeah.
That like, if it ended on her staring out into the distance, I go, Elle is alive. The fact that it is Mike playing everything back with like the power suppressor kryptonite thing was going, but how she was. I'm going to be honest, I don't understand how her standing in the gate waiting for an explosion would be affected by her powers, unless they're saying that she couldn't have used her powers to get away like that with the suppression thing going. I'm still not 100% clear on why the suppressor is important here.
They winged it a little bit. Let's be honest here. Let's be perfectly honest. They winged.
I'm just mildly unclear on that. I would need to rewatch it, and maybe there's something I'm missing. But either way, she ends up over there. Whatever. I feel like if it ends there, if it ends with her, that they're coming down on a side, because it is Mike replaying it all and like has this idea of where she might be. That is up for debate. Like you have your branching timeline of Elle died, Elle is alive, and then and like obviously it just ends with Elle died here. But then you have another continuing almost infinite branch of, and what does Elle do after everything? That is very much open for interpretation and open to possibility. You know? And even some of the cast disagree. Like Sadie Sink apparently said she thinks Elle died and Mike is coping. You know, like we've had members of the cast start to say, like, I think it's this, I think it's that, I think it's this, I think it's that. So
Sadie Sink is saying it's completely done because she knows she actually has work after this and hasn't got to come back. She doesn't need Stranger Things anymore. She's got that Marvel money.
Yeah, for a movie she's going to die in.
She's in Avengers. What are you talking about?
Is she actually? I thought that was just a rumor.
No, I'm pretty certain she was in Avengers.
We'll see.
To be fair, everything else is fucking leaked these days. So, hey.
Yeah. the multiversal Punisher girl is in Avengers, I guess.
She's got them boots. She's got to be.
She has the Infinity Combat boots.
God. What a time to be alive. What a time.
She stole Kang's Doc Martens and became She Who Remains with the Blick.
Just put it in the same place as Wise. This giant mind flare thing got a perfectly flat bedded cave in its stomach.
I loved that fight. I loved that fight. Dude, I was on the edge of my seat for that whole fucking fight. I was so excited. That is what a good D&D fight feels like. That's
really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate stuff.
No, because it's the excitement of the set piece. It's the paying. It is rewarding creativity in your tactics of try to draw it into the cave. Like that's like Nancy. Like again, like the Duffer said, this is not a show where people are gonna fucking die. Like, and that's fine and that's cool. And I respect them.
Should have killed Dustin. Dustin should have.
No. I respect the Duffers so fucking much for erring on the side of we do not need to grim dark our show up to be taken seriously. We don't need for the show to have a body count. We are happy with this being a fairy tale. And I respect them for that. I legitimately respect them for that.
Yeah, they killed several people.
Yeah, but their core cast stays alive, Mitch. You know what the fuck I mean. Like, I think that I like them calling their shot. But in the minds of these characters, in the setting itself, in universe, Nancy is making an incredibly risky fucking play, sprinting into this canyon, into a dead end, hoping the rocks will kind of get it stuck and then everybody can start airing it out. You know, we get to see Lucas actually put the wrist rocket to use, like throwing kerosene on the thing while Mike's shooting flares into the kerosene puddles. You know, everybody's unloading the flamethrower. Like, that was so good. And then you have the 1v1 between Vecna and 11. That, like, and then Joyce executing Vecna. Like, I did not expect to mark out for the way the Duffers decided to use their one F-bomb.
I didn't even notice.
Whenever Vecna is like letting out his like, oh shit. Like maybe he can like peel himself off of there and heal, but he started making noise in front of people and now they know he's alive, barely holding on. And everybody looks around and is like, well, who's going to do it? And Joyce steps up with the axe. As she rears back to start chopping his head off, she says, you fucked with the wrong family. And
she does, yeah.
Split. And like, you know, like, like that was so cathartic, you know, to like finally give Joyce some opportunity to like let out that like maternal rage for what Vecna did to not just her children, but like these children that she also considers herself caretaker of her. Very similar to Karen Wheeler, where she gets to have her like laundromat pipe bomb moment, which again, like her laundromat pipe bomb moment and being drunk enough to think that trying to stab a Demogorgon in the mouth with a broken bottle of wine was a good idea. That shit rocked.
She had the plot on her side at that point, right? Didn't matter what she was going to do. It wasn't going to kill her. But
yeah, sorry. This was Mitch's fault. This was not my fault. I made the comparison.
This was my fault.
It's
my fault. I gave Jarod a warning to try and avoid spoilers for Attack on Titan for his own sake. My fault. Jared's never a fault.
Never a fault. I never did anything wrong.
This obelisk of perfection over here. Fuck me. Anyway, that sounded really big. It's my revenge for him being like, oh, sorry, I have to take care of someone. Sorry, I have to do this thing that I didn't tell you about. But I'm going to get testy anyway.
Well, I mean, in fairness for everybody, it was kind of it started this morning thing, so.
That makes it even fucking worse, Jarod. Don't take your shit out of me.
All right, let's wrap up.
Yeah, so where?
You guys can find me over on the Nerd Academy podcast, where we are continuing our MCU rewatch show, The Road to Doomsday, except no substitute. Yeah. there. Epic Confrontations. I am getting back into the teams division with the rightful heir to the title, Michael McCoy, the
What do you
Jedi
mean he
Princes.
lost?
I know. And I'm the rightful heir, but I'm willing to share. But
You lost.
Michael and I have our our first match is the Jedi Princes coming up very soon. I'm very excited for that, to step into the ring of the teams division for real this time.
Does each loss as a teams count as two? Because there's two people losing.
No, it doesn't. It counts as one loss for the team, and it counts as one loss for my overall record.
That's unfortunate.
And quite frankly, I'm the one who decided that we should talk about people's overall record for the graphics for the Hyperspace Gauntlet. But just to combine everybody's wins and losses, it pads the stats. It makes it look like more matches have happened. But it pads the stats in both directions. But anyway, yeah. So you can find Epic Confrontations, Nerd Academy Podcast, The Road to Doomsday, and here. Oh, and Luminous Odyssey, the Star Wars RPG show we're doing on the Remaining Systems YouTube channel.
I need to catch up on that. But I think I said I was waiting until this season finishes to catch up on it.
We've been slow rolling because of the holidays. I believe we're recording again next week at time of recording this show right now.
Oh, you got a busy week next week, didn't you?
I know. Oh, which we're going to have to talk about that, by the way.
Oh.
My schedule got changed at work.
Shock horror. Jarod has to change. Jarod can't keep promises, everybody. Jarod is fucking awful at keeping promises.
That is not true.
He looks shocked. He changes his mind on the fucking fly. I swear to God.
That is not true.
I will leak the DMs, Jarod. I will tell everybody.
No. I said we had to talk about it. I didn't say it wasn't going to happen. I said we had to talk about it, asshole. Fuck you.
No. That bit I'm not having. Where the fuck are you? There you are. Right. I will find this. My screen flashed and I thought you stopped recording. I was like, this piece of shit. I will find this.
Okay, find it. And we could just talk about scheduling right now together on air. If you want to do it like this, because we can. I had happy to.
I mean, sure, go for it.
Let you find the message. You'll have to edit out all the dead air, but
that's not a problem with me. That's about the Rockstars video. It wasn't that far back, surely. Jarod crying because his laptop won't render.
You don't have to leak all the messages.
What do you think a leak is, Jarod?
Doesn't have to be all encompassing.
Yeah, it's not.
Damn.
I'm just cherry picking them out. 3 next week, you have my word.
Yeah.
And before that, I'll give you 2 next week. Hell, even 3. You said that last week. And then I got busy with shit. 3 next week, you have my word.
Yes, you will have 3 this coming week. And you still have my word. We just may have to double dip on a single day or record on Sunday, was what I was going to tell you off camera, but you wanted to be a fucking asshole about it, Mitch.
Sunday is this week, not next week.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I want you to look at any calendar ever. It's marked as the beginning of the week, Mitch. Cut me a fucking break here for 1 minute.
Monday, Sunday.
Literally? Sunday.
I mean,
Monday,
I'm sorry, Mr. I use fucking burn your iris out mode, but no one can see that.
Okay, my work schedule starts on Sundays. I'm off Sunday, Monday, Friday instead of Monday, Tuesday, Friday this week.
I mean, I can do Sunday. That's fine.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that we can. I'm glad that we can.
Hmm.
You can find me on all those places. Mitch, do your shit before I rage quit this show.
You can't rage quit. You got to finish Attack on Titan.
I know. I gave you my word, so I can't. So you get 3 more episodes out of me, and then we'll see.
You can. Oh, I got right itchy nose. Oh, you can rage quit once you finish Attack on Titan until Chainsaw Man Down the Down come back.
We'll see.
We'll just skip My Hero Academia.
Oh, I don't want to skip My Hero. What I want to do.
But you want to rage quit,
what
Jarod.
I want to do, Mitch.
But you want to rage quit, Jarod.
Just do your plugs. Just do your plugs.
You can find me in the Blue Sky, Mitch692. Yeah, you can find me here as always. So like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you all next week. So.
Defend the law!